I'd be shocked if he doesn't feature on the Lions tour. Do you think they'll win a game?
Nope.
I still think France beat Ireland. England could win the Six Nations, which is amazing.
Marcus Smith is England's best player. There's an arrogance to this Scotland team without actually having won anything.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Hello, welcome to Hits Different. Round 2 of the Six Nations is done and dusted. We're going to do a quick overview of how we feel the runners and riders are going, Aki. Shall we start at the bottom?
It's the right place to start, isn't it?
Let's start with Wales because they're having a really tough time at the minute. But there is a couple of players that are really standing out for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of the same players that did it in the autumn. Same really, really good players. Jack Morgan we talked about a few weeks ago when we did our teams before the Six Nations. I think just a brilliant player who is performing in a really, really average team at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, I think there's no doubt about it. They are massively struggling for confidence, struggling for player depth, and they're getting battered. But the one standout, Jack Morgan, is looking like an absolute world beater. And I'd be shocked if he doesn't feature on the Lions tour, because I think even in a struggling team, he's standing out. Imagine if you put him with brilliant players around him, how good he could be. So I think Jack Morgan for me.
I actually always thought that start as well. There's the first 2 rounds going away to France, and then I thought that was always going to be a disaster for them because everyone expected them to lose that one, and then you've basically got your World Cup final the following week. And
do you think they'll win a game?
Nope.
No. Okay.
My only worry is England at home because that'll be the one that they're after.
They're rev up for.
That's the
last game of the tournament.
My only worry.
Let's go to Italy. So Italy are one out of 2. Lost the first game, beat Wales comfortably at the weekend. You impressed by them?
Yeah, I never thought you'd be getting to the stage where you just said they beat Wales comfortably. They're good. They look like a real challenge, don't they? Some really, really talented backs. I touched on pre-tournament, but they've got some really brilliant runners now as well. Sort of threats all over the place. They went through a phase, didn't they, a couple of years ago? It was play. They seem to have worked themselves out a bit more now. Them coming to Twickenham, or them wherever they go next, that becomes a real threat, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think they were in the first game against Scotland. 60 minutes, they're 19 all, I think, and it could have gone either way. Scotland then found something, turned it round, but I think Italy will cause every team problem this year. If you're not on the money against them, you're going to lose, which is great now. Whereas previous years gone by, you could play 6, 7 out of 10, you probably still get the job done. If you do that this time, you're going to lose. Let's go Ireland, because Ireland, obviously, first half of the England game, looked like they were a bit shocked by how England came at them. But for that second half, and then the weekend just gone against Scotland, they're looking as strong as ever. Their depth is incredible. Farrell not being there with Simon Easterby, it's as if nothing has changed. They demolished Scotland at the weekend. I
think riding the storm in that England game is probably one of the most impressive things. As a good team, you go, "Whoa, we're not quite on it." They are really on it, and then to just go, "All right, we're here," and then put a team away in 20 minutes or so, really. Yeah. And they said, I think they look brilliant. I misjudged them. I thought that they might have a little wobble this Six Nations.
Yeah, I tipped France to win it. I still think France might beat Ireland. So Ireland-France in Dublin, round 4. That's going to be an unbelievable game. But I could see the French going there and winning if they can catch. Because this weekend, mate, honestly, I don't think I've ever seen a more mental game of rugby, in that they could easily have scored 4 more tries if they'd have caught the last pass, which never happens.
It is bong. And the people making those mistakes are the people you want the ball falling to. Brilliant players making really basic errors, but it just looked like they were just like shell-shocked. They dropping things like that doesn't happen, does it? No. That doesn't happen. Maybe you see
it doesn't happen 4 times.
One a season of those sorts of things. But and do you know what? The thing I go back to is England in the autumn. Everyone hammered England about this and all that, and you lose with 1 kick. It's the same thing. You just need a little bit of luck sometimes to get over the line, and that's what it was. It was a bit of luck, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm so happy for the boys because I saw them at the end of the game last weekend. It is heartbreaking when you're losing games like that, and all in the autumn, everybody's saying this, that. One game they were going to win. It was going to happen because of the quality that they've got. And it's an unbelievable test match to win, considering when you look at how many chances the French got. For England found a way to win, which is, I think, what Steve will be so proud of the boys are. I'm delighted. And it's almost shifted everything. Now everyone's going, well, England should probably win the next three.
Yep.
And if France beat Ireland, England could win the Six Nations, which is amazing. So, yeah, I'm pleased for the boys because I know how much heat they were feeling, and to finally get a win against a big team over the line, amazing. But the French, mate, if you watch that back and you're a French fan or a player, you'll be like, how have we not?
It's why they won't be that concerned, though, isn't it? They'll watch it and they'll be frustrated. But if you're in charge of France, you go, this is an opportunity for a Grand Slam gone. But look at what we made.
Yeah.
And look at what we almost blew England away. They take two of those chances early on, all of a sudden you worry for where that game goes, don't you?
Yeah.
But it was same as what we touched on with Ireland, a good side. England are a good side, and a good side stuck in it, took a chance when it came, and all of a sudden maybe got lucky, but it's what they needed. What was your take on the Smiths?
The Smiths, I liked it. I did like it. I think it's lazy from people, especially I've seen some journalists saying, oh, we finally found our 10. And honestly, it drives me up the wall. It's lazy journalism when people are saying it, because that, like we say, that game could have been 20 points different quite easily. And everyone goes, oh, do you know what? Finn didn't control the game very well. The fact is, I think a lot of our journalism relies on results. And because we won that game by a point, everyone now thinks, well, that's the way it has to be. I actually thought Marcus played really well at fullback. I really like Finn Smith as well. I think he's a wonderful rugby player. I don't think you can say from that one game that he is now England's 10. I think they've got 3 brilliant options to still choose from. But I did quite like having 2 ball players on the part.
Yeah, I think that's the thing we will still stand by is Marcus Smith is England's best player.
Yeah.
And therefore, do you not want your best player playing like he was in the autumn as England's best player on the ball as much as possible? But if it works, Finn Smith was brilliant and has been brilliant now for the last 18 months. So if it works, then we know full well Marcus, as a character as well, will allow whatever needs to happen for the good of the team, don't we?
100%.
So that's the big difference. Other people couldn't cope with being shifted into a different position, but we know full well what he's like, and he'll make it work.
So the last team, Scotland, coming to the Allianz Stadium next week to play England. England haven't beaten them in 5 years. Is this the year that we kind of break that hoodoo, or what are you seeing from this Scottish team?
No, England will beat them. This Scottish team, it's a strange one. It's there's almost a quiet arrogance to this. Not quiet, there's an arrogance to this Scotland team without actually having won anything. It's like an arrogance around sitting mid-table. But I'll be interested to see. I think it's still a brilliant attacking team. I think when they are flowing, they are fantastic to watch. But I think they will be hugely disappointed with how that went at the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, they had a lot of the odds stacked against them. Finn Russell and Darcy Graham colliding with each other, both off the pitch. On the week that Gregor Townsend picks a 6-2, so then your whole game plan goes. What was brilliant was Finn actually passed his HIA test, which is great, but the Scotland medics decided, and the coaches, that they didn't want to put him back on because they saw signs that maybe he wasn't right, which I think is amazing.
Yeah, good for the game.
We've been in teams where he would have been thrown straight back in, but the betterment of the player, even though it was a detriment to the team. I think Scotland, if Finn and Darcy Graham would have stayed on the pitch the weekend, I think Ireland were too good for them. Yeah. For some reason, they cannot beat Ireland. They just cannot. But they can beat England, which I think they'll still be full of confidence coming to the Allianz next week. But hopefully that England win, however they got it on the weekend, will propel them to beat and get that Calcutta Cup back.
Do we still need to see a bit more from England, though?
We do. Yeah, we do.
But I think it's better to be lucky than good, and we needed that lucky one, didn't we?
Yeah.
So Now we can focus on being a good team and winning games properly, but just get the win.
Yeah,
and they did it, and boys were brilliant.
I don't think any England fan cared how we got the win at the weekend. We just needed a win. And hopefully now it can push on.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Enjoy the content. Give us your feedback. Give us your comments. We're big boys.
Get stuck in.
We can take it. Hopefully we've dissected every single team. We're going to do this again probably after round 4, before the last weekend, the Super Saturday. So keep following, keep subscribing. Stay classy.